Welcome, everyone, to the Arts Academy podcast. This is our first podcast in a couple of weeks, but we figured since the end of the first market period just came, and we'll have a little break next week. We want to get just a little bit of information out to everyone. So we'll start today with basic communications and questions that you guys might have. That you might not be able to ask if you're not watching live. So, Mr. Ricciardi, you want to sort of talk about this for a few seconds, and then I'll set up the PowerSchool.
Yeah, so we've toyed with the idea of sending out a Google form to kind of take parental questions, and then we could address them on a podcast, or maybe we could just do a meeting with the entire academy. The only issue with doing that, a meeting with the entire academy, it's going to be a lot of people. Assuming that we get a lot of attendance for a meeting like that. So we're going back and forth with what we can do. But a lot of parents have reached out to me specifically with questions, whether it be about classes, about grades, changing majors. There's a ton of things going on right now. So if there's any questions that you have, feel free to reach out to myself. Mr. Gongora has a pretty academic schedule, so I don't want to say reach out to him, but reach out to Mr. Buscio and Mr. Alvarez, and get back to you.
Okay, so the next thing, I took down the agenda for a second because I wanted to be able to go through exactly what we're talking about here. We had a few questions over the market period about how, as a parent, that you could access PowerSchool to, just to check up and make sure that your student is doing okay in all his classes. And the website that I'm on right now is our district website, hcstonline.org. Okay? If you click right here where it says Parents and Guardians, okay, you don't even have to click it, just hover over it. If you go down, you can see a link to PowerSchool. So if you click that, we now have a bunch of logins that you can, click on. You're going to want to have the student and parent login. And if you click that, which you don't see because I didn't share that one, it'll take you to a sign-in page. There's a link or a tab to sign in and a tab to create an account. So if you've never created an account before, if you just click on the Parent and Student Resources tab or the link right there, you have the Parent Portal Reference Guide. This is a step-by-step instruction manual about how to go about setting up your account for the first time. One thing that you will need to set up your account is your student's I forget exactly the terminology that they use, but it's like it's not their username and password. It's the student number and their student ID.
ID number, Tom.
Yes, the ID number?
I think it's ID number, right?
Yeah, but if you don't know that, or if you lost the email that we sent you at the beginning of the year, you can click on this link right here, Credential Password Request Form. This link will give you either your username and password if you have signed up for this and forgot, or you can ask for the student ID number and the password that you need to link your account to your student. As far as the mobile app, the biggest question we get from the mobile app is what is the district code? So if you go on the Apple Store or the Play Store and download the PowerSchool mobile app, you can set it up to receive notifications on your phone. Most of them are going to be attendance notification or grade change notifications. So you can get that all on your mobile device. You do need your personal username and password, but you also need the school's district's code. And that's right here, which is FFWG. So you put the district code when you download the app for the first time. You put the district code, you type in your username and you type in your password, and then you have access to everything through PowerSchool. And the reference guide also has like sample screens and exactly what the little icons on the portal mean when you're looking down, like one's attendance, one's grades, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff on there that we don't really use that often or ever. But just follow the reference guide for step-by-step instructions on how you can set up your parent account.
And I said just about everything there. You took it all there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I highly recommend. This is the only thing I want to add to it. I highly recommend that all parents sign up. My daughter's 12 years old. She goes to public school in Weehawken. I get every update when her grades change on a daily basis. So the system works very well. Again, Weehawken doesn't use PowerSchool. They use a different system to deliver that information. But we use PowerSchool, and again, the apps work the same exact way. So I highly recommend that students and parents get on that app. I think it's a good idea.
And especially with the end of the marking period that just came up, some people might have been surprised at the grades that your students got, maybe happily surprised, or maybe a little bit upset. So this way, you know exactly what's going on before it gets to the end of the marking period, and there's nothing you can do about it. So. All right, so next on our list is a new class, the Get Up and Groove class. So, Ricciardi, you can handle this one.
Yeah, and this is in its infancy, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to start up a couple of initiatives in the district to get kids a little bit more active. Again, a lot of things have been shutting down, right? Our school is virtual. It looks like we're going to be virtual for the next month and a half, 2 months. So, it's getting colder outside. Kids don't have an opportunity to get outside. So this class is going to be a chance for kids to be home and kind of do, get up and groove, a little bit of a cardio, a little bit of like stationary movement class. All right, Harumi is gonna teach this class. So anyone who's a dance major knows Harumi, and you know that she knows her stuff. She's also certified to teach fitness class. So that's it's something that we're going to start out probably right after the Thanksgiving break. And then there will be the district is working on some other things. There will be some other options, maybe a little bit of strength training, stationary strength training that we're going to try to do, things like that. So this is just the start, and it's something that's kind of coming out of Performing Arts Academies. That's why we wanted to mention it here and promote this class for her. So you may get an invite to the Google Classroom. She's going to create a Google Classroom that will go live whenever the classes are. And that's it for Get Up and Groove.
All right. Next, do you want to also talk about the grading policy that we've had a lot of questions about over the last couple weeks?
Yeah. So some people, if you're a sophomore, junior, senior, or a sophomore, junior, senior parent, you probably don't even realize that there was a difference in the grading system, and that's good because that's the way that we designed it. We designed it that we're gonna, bring it in 1 year at a time. It is a board policy. It was approved in November, and any freshman, you may see that you don't have A+ on your report card for certain classes. Most of the classes you won't. There are a couple classes that kind of fell through the cracks because there are classes where sophomores, juniors, or seniors are in the same class as a freshman, like foreign languages, for example. If you grade out of Spanish 1 and they're in Spanish 2 or Spanish 3, that's predominantly a sophomore junior class, so the grading scale may not have changed. So there's a couple discrepancies that we need to review again. But for the most part, the highest grade for freshmen is now an A. There's no longer an A+. And the grading scale, we're going to a 4.0 scale. So Mr. Buscio and Ms. Alvarez can speak to a little bit why we did that, because it's really a college board thing. When they have to put the grades into the college board, they have certain options, and the district decided to use the 4.0 scale, that option, moving forward. So, Mr. Buscio, what were the options on college? Was it 4.0 scale and 5.0 scale?
Yeah, they only give you like a 4 and a 5, and if our scale's 4.5, there's no way we can actually record that and be accurate. So
Right.
They only really allow you to put out a 4.0 on college on Common App. I'm sorry. So
the reason for the difference in the grading scale and the grading policy is that we can, on College Board, use the 4.0 scale. That's the reason we do it. And again, we put 5.1.2.1 is the board policy. So Mr. Gongora a few minutes ago showed you guys the district website. If you go to that district website, on the top, one of the main click down menus is board policies, and that's the board policy. It goes by number, so there's the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. If you go down to the 5,000 level board policies, go to 5.1.2.1, and you can see the grading policy. A couple parents reached out to me during the week. I sent them the grading policy so that they could understand what I was trying to explain. It makes it easier if you look at it. What's that? So departments. And if you go board policies on the right hand side. Yeah, I think you released that.
You're on mute, Tom.
And then board policies on the right hand side on the top. If you hover over board policies, and then it's the 5,000 level. So it's 5.1.2.1. Mr. Krinsky, how you doing? I see he's saying hello in the comment section. So that's where you can see the board policy. All right, and that's what I sent to a couple of the parents who asked this week. Mr. Gore's computer's a little slow.
No, it's the tab opens up. It just opens up in another tab.
There you go.
And we don't want to. You guys can read that on your own. It'll go through in detail more than you ever wanted to know about the grading.
And it's really only for freshman families because it's going to remain the same for sophomore, junior, and senior families. And then next year it'll be freshman and sophomore families as we get a new class in. All right. And then what do we have left on there?
We have Flex Fridays. So this is starting tomorrow. So tomorrow, you still have to sign in, right? You still have to sign in for your daily attendance between, what is that, 8:40 and 9 o'clock, or 8:40 and 8:50?
8:45 and 8:55, or 8:40 and 8:55, I believe it is.
Yeah. So you still have to wake up and sign in for your daily attendance. But then Fridays are now going to be more of like a catch-up day, a day that you can meet with your teacher to discuss any problems that you are having. All your teachers should have some sort of like office hour type schedule where you can say, hey, I'm having trouble with this topic that we went over in class. Can you meet with me and go over it? Or I need some help with one of my papers I just wrote. I'm going to have a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the afternoon where my students can just come in and, we can just go over some problems on the homework that they have. We just give a quiz. So maybe if somebody's having trouble with the quiz, they can come in and ask questions about that. So these days are designed to sort of just get cut off for the week again. That gives your teachers a chance to have some meetings with their department, for maybe the student council to get together and have a meeting. So we have a lot of, that's why they're Flex Fridays. We're very flexible with what we can do with our time instead of being limited to that 1:30 to 3 o'clock piece at the end of the day, especially for teachers. That's now you can really take advantage of meeting with whoever you need to meet with if you're struggling in a class. You guys have anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's it. Small group instruction, no test quizzes, no new assignments, no due dates. Teachers can do remediation through office hours. Even students, I encourage students to maybe try to organize a small group. And if there's a small group instruction, maybe I'm a math teacher, so maybe a bunch of geometry students want to get together and invite the teacher. If you guys are going to get together at 10:30 to do something, maybe your teacher has office hours at different times. At that time works for you guys. Keep the lines of communication open. Your teacher can stop in and do some remediation with you if there's any help needed.
We still have our orientation classes. So period 1 and 2 will meet the same, and then period 6 will be period 3, and period 8 will be period 4.
Okay.
Just a reminder, we'll put it in the classroom as well to remind the 6th period class to meet at 10 o'clock, and then at 10:30, the 8th period class will meet.
Yeah, and Mr. Krinsky just said too, good for group project meeting times. Perfect time for that. Working on groups, maybe in your CPE classes or any other classes. Great time for that. And then, Mr. Buscio, Ms. Alvarez, there's a question about college classes that are offered for freshmen. Freshmen need to be approved by the guidance counselor first.
Yep.
The Hudson County Community College classes, I think they need those approval as well, Dr. Jamrelli.
Yeah, they need approval because some are approved and some aren't for freshmen.
Yeah, you should definitely talk to us before you decide to do any of those classes, just to make sure you're on the right track.
Yeah.
You have an idea of what to expect after finishing the class.
And again, it's important because there are other options, and that may not be the best option for you. So I know Hudson County Community Colleges I believe they send their information to all of our students. But with that being said, if you're looking to take, maybe an AP, what are some of the AP courses that we don't offer that some students take with Edgeser?
They'll take like a history class. Are you talking about on Edges here or no?
Yeah, like the Edgeser courses. Some of the APs I know are on there. Some of the higher level language courses.
Oh yeah, sometimes students will take another year of the language if they have a full schedule here and can't take the last year, like a 4th year of language. They'll do it on Edges here.
Yeah, like AP, isn't it like AP government policy?
Yeah, government and politics is an AP U.S. History Modern, World History Modern. I'm sorry.
So there's some AP courses that aren't offered here that you can also take on Edgeser. So again,
Apex Learning. There's also Apex Learning.
Apex Learning. So
It's
and again,
online.
this is why everyone, parents, students, and parents, you should contact your guidance counselor because they have all this information, and there may be a better option for you than going through Hudson County Community College.
And there's also colleges that offer college specials for like juniors and seniors, or even freshmen, sophomores, juniors and seniors. They offer like 5 weeks of a college course at like Brown University or Boston College. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for college credits if that's what you're looking for. You just want to do it the right way.
And that's all options.
While we're talking about colleges real quick, I just want to make an announcement. I recommend that all the seniors review the senior presentation that all the counselors put together. We're getting a lot of questions that are definitely answered in that presentation. And I know some of you are everything is time sensitive right now. So definitely review that presentation to help you kind of answer some questions that you might be having if you can't get your answers right away.
And again, Mr. Buscio and Ms. Alvarez, a lot of the parents have reached out to me, and I know they've reached out to you also, about due dates. So can you just talk about if a student's due date is, let's say,
November 15th.
or November 15th? So when are their transcripts and everything else getting sent out? Because again, we haven't finalized grades yet. So some parents are assuming that our grades and the transcript will be sent out. That won't be sent out at the end of the first quarter?
Well, here what we do on Common App right now. Let's say there was like a November 1st or November 15th. We would send out the initial transcript, which has everything up until the end of junior year. So colleges want to see that first. Then mid-year comes around February, and we send an updated transcript with their progress in senior year. So that's when they start seeing. We have transcripts with Q1 grades if the college wants it, but the mid-year will show their progress in senior year. Okay. So that's coming up.
And then if you want your Q1 grades sent to the colleges, and let's say you were a November 1st deadline, your colleges already have your transcript without Q1 grades. If you want those Q1 grades sent, you need to let us know because we can send them through optional report on Common App.
Yeah,
and if you have schools that are not on the Common App, you need to let us know as well.
And we fielded a lot of those questions over the last.
So we found out Montclair is now on Common App. So basically, it's for us a lot of Rutgers that we have to send through the mail. So Ms. Fernandez helps us out with that. If we ask her to send, she sends it the same day. She'll do it in the mail, postal, and then she'll do it on email. So.
And just to go back to the topic we just talked about, again, Mr. Gongora is an academic coach, so he can speak to this too a little bit. But every course on Educare, we have an option in school called Option 2. The state of New Jersey uses Option 2. Option 2 is any course not taken in the building is basically considered Option 2. So if you want to take a course on Educare, you can take that course and get credit using Option 2. But every college course, you may or may not get credit based on the curriculum alignment. So right now, some teachers are trying to align their HCST high-tech curriculum to college so that those students could get college credit. I know Mr. Gongora is dealing with that with one of the courses he's dealing with now. But if that's why we say contact your guidance counselor. So Mr. Gomez asked about that. Contact your guidance counselor because some courses you will get credit for and some courses you will not. Even at Hudson County Community College, not all their courses are aligned to our curriculum. So you can.
Yeah, that's what we're working on with Hudson County right now. Is that we're trying to get the Algebra 2 course aligned with the Hudson County course because right now it's a little bit different. So just a couple small changes on each side, and we would now have an Algebra 2 course that you could take through Hudson County, and by taking our Algebra 2 course, you could get credit from Hudson County. So this is something that we're working on, but. If you had just taken Algebra 2 at Hudson County and showed up in the fall and said, I took Algebra 2, we wouldn't have accepted that class because it's not aligned to exactly what the state needs out of an Algebra 2 course. So that's what we're saying is just be careful with the courses that you are signing up for. Talk to your guidance counselor and just make sure it's accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish.
And if you want to take an AP class, like let's say on Educare or on Apex Learning, and you want that on your transcript here, you have to go through the Option 2 application process so that it gets approved to be on your transcript. Because then you'd just be paying for a class and it won't be shown. You'd have to send colleges that transcript through Educare or through Apex, like your certificate.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Yeah. Anything else?
Check your emails.
Mm-hmm.
Communicate with your teachers. Stay well. Wear a mask.
All of it.
Eat healthy. We miss you. That's
Yeah, these hallways are lonely without you guys. So we're hoping that this gets better faster than it seems to be going.
Yeah, every time I walk down the hall, the lights are off because nobody.
Yeah, seriously.
Right.
Walking in the hallway.
Yep. Lights are off in the office right now. Now I know I usually keep them off, but they don't turn on.
All right, so that'll be it for today. Definitely reach out if anybody has any questions, and we'll do another one of these probably after Thanksgiving break. So we'll see you guys then. Have a good break, and everybody be safe and enjoy Thanksgiving as much as you can. Bye.
Bye, everyone.